HRC-LS-9000 Hercules. Overview. In commissioning the Hercules, House Marek sought a mech that balanced mobility and firepower. They wanted the new design to provide a wide range of weapons that could serve a multitude of roles. Capabilities. The Hercules is primarily intended as a mobile firing platform. Mounting a new Magna 350 XL fusion engine, this heavy battlement moves at a standard speed of 54 kph, one of the few in its weight class to move so fast. This mech has equally impressive defensive capabilities. Equipped with 11 ton of Aldous ferrofibrous armour, the Hercules can weather the most deadly volleys, whether from Clan Omnimex or their Inner Sphere counterparts. With the Burrow anti-missile system mounted in the centre torso, the Hercules can also defeat incoming missile attacks. The mech's firepower matches its defences. The reliable Fusagon Model 11 extended range PPC serves as its primary weapon, supported by an Imperator Code Red LB-10X autocannon. In addition, the Hercules carries a Streak 2 SRM rack, a medium pulse laser, and 2 rear-mounted Martel pulse lasers. Added to the original design in order to fend off elemental swarm attacks, these small lasers have proven a significant selling feature. Despite its impressive array of defences and weapons, the Hercules has been plagued by minor issues. For example, the electrical system will overload when hit by PPC fire. Despite the addition of several damper circuits, some mech warriors still complain about this weakness, but Kaliyama officials insist they've corrected the flaw. Deployment. The Outworlds Alliance has purchased 24 Hercules mechs, making this periphery nation the third largest buyer after the Free World League militia and mercenary troops. Given the higher cost of the Hercules over the older technology mechs usually sold to periphery governments, these purchases are somewhat unusual. Suggestions that the Alliance bought the mechs to dismantle them and analyse their advanced technologies have proven unfounded, though only 19 are accounted for out of the 24 shipped. With the exception of Operation Bulldog, where it proved its worth against the Smoke Jaguars, the best testing ground for this mech so far has been its participation in the games on Solaris 7. Representatives from Kaliyama Weapons Industries have persuaded some stables and cooperatives to use the Hercules, which has fared well in all matches where it competed. Variants. General dissatisfaction with the Burrow AMS prompted a popular field modification of the Hercules that removes the anti-missile system in favour of a second Streak 2 rack. Kaliyama does not sanction such modifications, largely because of frequent missile feed jams resulting from a single ammo bin serving 2 launchers. The Free World League militia discourages this modification, but it remains popular with mercenary troops. Notable mech warriors. Captain Jatinder Singh. The Regulan Hussars' involvement in the one-sided battle for Haina during the campaign against the Smoke Jaguars proved the Hercules' finest hour. Though it had performed satisfactorily in Operation Guerrero, it didn't excel in that short conflict. Against the clans, however, the combination of hard-hitting long-range and short-range weapons proved devastating. Then Lieutenant Jatinder Singh was amongst the best-known Hercules pilots in the Haina engagement, wielding her custom-painted mech, which she had dubbed Kalima, like an avatar of the god that she invoked. The outspoken Captain Singh vocally opposes Thomas Marek and advocates regional autonomy, which may explain why she remains a captain almost a decade after her glories on Haina. Singh has become a cult figure in her homeland of Regulus, and is rumoured to be in line for a post-Prince Cameron Jones' staff. Mech Warrior Chloe. Born to the Magnus bloodline, Mech Warrior Chloe of Clan Snowraven gained a degree of notoriety in her clan for employing this Inner Sphere mech, despite its relative weakness compared to second-line clan designs. Chloe shrugs off the comments, stating that her handicap provides more incentive to excel. Her performance in her captured Hercules has made her a prime candidate for a blood name in the near future. The Hercules. Big, dumpy and fun. I like the look of this guy, this old big bugger. It's actually, I need to get a model of this thing at some point. It's not a bad looking mech. It's not like, cool looking or anything. It's just a bit, a big dumpy boy. Again, the artwork from Plog makes it look quite good. It's another 70-tonner, chassis is a Northrop 502, power plant is Magna 350XL, cruise of 54, max speed of 86, no jump jets, Armour is Aldous Heavy Ferrofibrous, with a Fusagon Model 11 Extended Range PPC, an Imperator Code Red LB10 autocannon, fantastic name for an autocannon, a Holly Streak SRM2 rack, a Burrow AMS system, 2 Martel small pulse lasers, and an Abadovi medium pulse. Manufactured by Kaliyama and Alphard Trading Corporation, Kaliyama Weapons Industries, primary factories on Kendall and Kalidasa. Communication systems is an Irian Orator 5K, and targeting and tracking is a Irian 511. It has 24 heat dissipation from its 12 double heat sinks, and that speed translates to 5 and 8 for a 70-tonner, pretty damn fast, given its size, and pretty decent firepower. I mean, you're looking at a pretty solid punch there. It's got 20 shots from the LB10, which is pretty decent, 50 shots from the Streak 2, and the AMS can fire 12 times in total before it runs out of ammo. And obviously it's got a little bit of rear protection from anyone who decides to get right up close, especially light mechs, which do have a habit of doing that. Overall, it has an armor value of 197, 34 on the CT, 10 on the rear, 22 on the side torsos, 8 on the rear, 18 arm, and 24 leg armor. So the arms are actually a bit weak, which is worrying considering some of its best punch is actually in its arms. Its right arm carries the LB10, its left arm carrying a medium pulse laser, which is a couple of pretty decent medium to short range weapons that you don't really want to lose, but the PPC is mounted in the right torso, which looks like it's high mounted given the artwork. So that's not too bad. It says the AMS is mounted CT, but in reality it's more of a head mount system, which you can see on the top there. It would make more sense that it would be higher up, of course, because that gives it a better chance of being able to hit missiles. I like it. I also like the fact that, again, it's another mech that has an interesting little wrinkle to its story. It's a mech that suffers issues. Pilots complain about it. The company says it's fine. Well, we fixed it. Obviously, they haven't fixed it. They are pretty much content to stick with a system where if it gets, if it gets plugged by PPC, hey, it just overloads the electrical system is all. Maybe some shit goes on the fritz. We won't fix it. I like that. I like that as a quirk that a GM could bring in. It's like, oh, this player's got a Hercules, or you're fighting a Hercules. One of the players fires a PPC. Boom. Oh, you notice something odd with the machine. So it seems to be like it's like glitching out a bit. Some of its movement is a bit awkward. Maybe it loses a bit of its like a couple of points off its movement for the next turn. Players suddenly realizing, oh shit, hitting with a PPC does something. I mean, other than opening up armor, but it's the fact that it gives it another debuff. Interesting little things like that. It's what really makes the BattleTech world fun. Another thing that a lot of these previous ones have obviously brought up is all the stuff to do with Operation Bulldog. Where is the book of Operation Bulldog that has all of these when they first debuted? That new wave of attacks by the Inner Sphere on the clans who were suddenly... They were used to fighting these mechs when they invaded, and all of a sudden now there's all these new machines that turn up. The clans are suddenly on the back foot, having to deal with completely new enemy designs that they weren't really aware of. That would be fun. I hope that's a book in the future that features things like, the debut combat of the Hercules, of the Galloglass, and the Daikyu and all that. So, I've rambled enough. I've taken up 8.5 minutes of your time, and I shan't take any more. Have a good day, and I will see you all. Well, I won't see you. You'll hear me later on. If you want to listen, you don't have to. I mean, I've got there's 12,000 odd subscribers, but 12,000 odd people don't listen to the LoreWarriors. Though they do good numbers, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the fact that anyone's system is pretty impressive. It's interesting. Yeah. So anyway, I'll go. Bye.